Morning all. Hopefully you've seen some of the pictures, if I've managed to get round to putting them on, of the plants and the propagating getting to this point. Just, we've all seen it before. Doesn't change, doesn't matter what you're growing, the process is the same up until the point you plant. As you can see, it's the 3rd of June. I finished planting yesterday. We did this bed yesterday and I did this bed last week on Wednesday, so a week apart. Giant decks only this year again. Hopefully we'll have the national and the 12 to stage, and it's just about a concerted effort on the giant decks. It's 350 plants in all. I will quickly run through. I'm not going to do this every time, and we'll try and catch up along the way, or stages along the season. So they're in beds of 24, in fact it works out 25, so there's 2 varieties per bed, and there tends to be 10 or 12 or 13 of each in each bed, but for simplicity we'll just say 12s. So first bed is 12 Amari Gold and 12 Cronora Valentine. So really in this plot is what I'd say is the A team, or the AA team, plus part of the second plot. This one we've got Alva Supreme and Rihanna Tammy, 12 of each. Here we have Sir Alf Ramsey, Louis White, and then Bryn and Aggie White, Bryn Turfall and Aggie White in this one, 12 of each again. And we've got 12 Maybelline, 12 Fairway Spur, 12 Pink Peach and 12 Cheryl Peach in the highest part of the cover. My covers aren't very tall, and these peaches are generally tall varieties. And then we've got 12 Walter Hardesley and 12 Sherwell Greta. So that's 14 varieties in there, 12 of each. You can see I've gone through my picks this year after the straw situation last year and the contaminated straw. It was a lot harder to plant, so it took a bit longer, but then the labour saving hopefully is yet to come. I won't need to be going around these with a straw mulch. I won't need to be hoeing, weeding. I won't have the barley straw problems of when it germinates and you spend days pulling out young barley plants out the straw. What it does to the temperature of the ground, I'm sure at the moment it's no cooler and possibly a touch warmer, but once we get some foliage cover, I'm sure it will keep the ground cooler by keeping moisture in. Then this side we've yet to build a cover. That'll happen in the next few weeks, but I've planted the same layout as on the other plot, so we can just repeat that cover structure on here without sticking posts into plants. This is where I've now got to try and remember what's in where, even though I only planted them yesterday. So we've got 12 Fairway Pilot and 12 Go American. This one is 12 Kids Climax and 12 Almonds Climax. No, that was that one. This one is 12 Bonaventure and 12 Ben Houston. This is the Almonds and Kids. And then in here we've got 12 Mingus Whitney and 12 Sherwell Gemma. Not probably a A-team variety, but I had some nice plants. I had as much space as I need, and I think it might be one that we might see the odd good flower if I can get them coming out at the right time. Then we get onto some bits and pieces. So in here we've got about 6 Mark Hardwick. We've got a couple of Corton Olympic. There's a couple of pink Spur. I'm trying to think what some of the others are when we get there. There's also Wander's Capella, Wander's Aurora, and this one, which I'm trying to remember, is Gemma Darling. The front of this bed is 12 White Alvis. I find it quite tall, so I just moved it down here to be in the front. And then over on that side, there's a couple of Amaranth Relish, a Clyde's Choice just to have a look at one plant. Winds, Aspen Glow, these are generally in sort of 6s. Then we've got Zorro, 6 Zorro, round the back there. So those are the Zorro. We've got Glenmark Endeavour, of which there's 3, and then a couple of new ones for me, 3 Kia Magic and 3 AC Yeti. Thanks to Robert for those. So there's 37 varieties in all, but as you can see, these beds are all in 12, so that's 14. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more beds of 12s, so that gives us another 8, so that's 22 varieties in 12s, plus the White Harvest 23, and then the rest of the bits are in, as I said, 6s, 3s, and odd ones, just to have a look at to see if they make it into the planting plan next year. Hopefully I can sort of reduce some of these varieties, find out which ones do grow well on these plots, and just cut it down by, I'm aiming by about 3 beds. So the plan is that next year, here we go, we haven't even finished this year yet, but next year those 3 beds there will be available for other things, and I'll probably chance my arm at some of the more oddball bits and pieces and see if I can learn to grow those. So here we are, good luck to everyone. I guess most people are planted or in the processes of planting. Again this year I have gone for planting the plants deep, so most of what you see here as plants, I sort of refer to them as icebergs, because there's at least 2 pairs of leaves on each plant under the ground. So there's as much going on below as there is above, and that's in this aim of mine to try and get the flowering shoots out from below ground level. This time last year the plants have been planted for about 2 weeks. It's been a cooler season, and I don't need to be so far in advance, because it just makes it harder to hold them back. So we're a couple of weeks behind naturally, so hopefully that'll make life easier with the chopping back and the timing. We shall only see, only time will tell. So as I said, good luck, and I'll see you when we do something different.
Dad, can we go home yet? No matter how clean the Mypex is, he's still not going to beat Mark.
Not while there's still life in the battery, son. Not while there's still life.